All right. So, what's your name? How are you doing today?
My name's Sachi.
Sachi.
Yep.
That's an interesting name.
Thank you.
What was something good that happened today?
I'm training to be a tattoo artist, so I've been practicing a lot.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. I always thought about getting tattoos, but I'm kind of scared too because the one I want is on my neck, but I don't really. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna hurt. My first question for you today is: Are politics stupid?
I don't think. Well, I think it creates a lot of divide in people, and I think that's the biggest. I don't think it's necessarily stupid, but I think that the fact that we are so divided in different that we have just two different really control systems,
Yeah.
and I think it makes the whole as a country divided, and so as people we're divided, and I don't see that as uh, what's the word? I don't see it as productive, really, in our society.
Yeah. Okay. So, in your opinion, should there be like more than two parties? You think like just having those two options to pick from, and that also causes a lot of divide as well? Just having two parties, either you're a Republican or a Democrat, and it's like that's it basically. Because people will say independent, but like at the end of the day, don't really get a vote. Their vote kind of falls into like one of the two. So you
Yeah.
think that's part of it? There should be like more than two.
I think it like comes down to more than two. You know what I'm saying? I think there that we have different ones like liberals and things like that. But
Yeah.
I think like um I think why well everyone has their own opinion, right? And so I think that's like what why it's hard. But I think for me it would be nicer to have like one kind of one ruling
Hmm.
instead of dividing it off of two, and then everything is cohesive
Yeah.
and it's not so much of a divide. And I think it's almost it would have to pertain to the betterment of the country, not
Yeah.
like just one side of person, but the betterment of like our country and our
Country.
society.
Okay. So as far as that, do you think that like more attention is kind of put on, hey, you're a Republican or a Democrat, and more it's not like, oh, your beliefs. It's just like, hey, you're this or that. You get what I mean? You think it's that?
Yeah, I think it is. And then there's like yes, and then it creates even more divide
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. My whole thing is like, it says you're a Republican or a Democrat, but you might not fully agree with one side, but you're
Mhm.
kind of stuck in between. Okay, like I don't agree with this side. I
Mhm.
partially agree with this side, so I kind of have to go on this side,
Yeah.
which personally like me I don't support either party just because of like stuff I've learned, as well as like people would say like, oh, like as a black man you should be a Democrat. I'm not, because long time ago the Democratic Party and the Republican Party used to be switched, so the beliefs were switched. So
Mhm.
the Democratic Party was actually very racist and like has the beliefs that the Republican Party has today,
Mhm.
and the Republican Party actually kind of used to be a liberal thing, and now they have the opposite beliefs.
Yeah.
At some point, we don't know when, but those like their ideals switched.
Mhm.
We have no idea when,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's like as far as that, it's like it's something like you really can't trust, because at the end of the day, it could really happen again. You get
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yes, for sure.
So yeah.
And I definitely see that like with sides having being hypocritical of
Hmm.
things too. Like for example, how the Republican side they are mostly pro-life, right? But what is crazy to me is that they are um, they don't want federal and like government in their things,
Yeah.
but that's definitely very
But
personal for people, and
yeah.
that's a personal like choice, you know, and for a person. Well, that's my beliefs, but I think that the government stepping into that is kind of it's hypocritical to say because they don't want the government in their
Yeah.
things. So that's kind of one example.
That's a very fair point. All right. Let me check this really quick. Graph 4 minutes. All right.